The average price for an existing single-family home in America has just hit a record high. A new quarterly report from the National Association of Realtors shows the national median at nearly $430,000, up 1.7% year over year. But behind that number lies an uncomfortable truth. Picture entire suburban neighborhoods where for sale signs multiply like a virus, spreading house by house. Moving trucks line the streets like funeral processions, and families quietly pack up the homes they can no longer afford. This isn't the plot of a disaster movie. This is the American housing crisis unfolding right now across multiple states in real time. While real estate agents continue promising soft landings and mortgage brokers sell impossible loans to desperate families, the numbers do not add up anymore. Several states are already cracking under pressure, showing stress fractures that will soon become full structural failures when the next economic storm hits. And that storm is approaching fast. Today, we dive deep into the 10 states where housing markets are already collapsing. Places where property values could fall so fast it'll make your head spin, and where millions of Americans may suddenly find themselves underwater on their mortgages. First, let's zoom out to the bigger picture. In September 2025, mortgage rates touched 6.35%, with forecasts suggesting they'll stay between 6 and 7% unless a recession forces them lower. Meanwhile, home maintenance costs have surged 18% in just 1 year, adding nearly $1,800 a month on top of already expensive mortgage payments. It's a financial burden most families simply cannot carry anymore. Nevada takes the number 10 spot. Las Vegas built an economy on the illusion that luck lasts forever, but the bubble is about to burst. The median home price now sits at $455,000 after a 5% jump, yet inventory has exploded by 22.5%, leaving nearly 15,000 homes sitting on the market with no buyers in sight. Nevada's dependence on tourism and gambling means the moment a recession hits, demand collapses overnight. Homes now sit for more than 2 months before selling, and nearly a quarter of sellers are slashing prices. Only 15% of homes sell above asking. Nevada built its market on speculation, and now the music is stopping. At number 9 is Arizona. Once marketed as an affordable desert paradise, it has quickly become an expensive nightmare. Markets like Tucson soared during 2021 and 2022, peaked in 2023, and have been sliding ever since. Extreme heat waves are making parts of the state difficult to live in, while monthly utility bills climb past $400 for many residents. Water restrictions and insurance companies fleeing the state are accelerating the decline. The Arizona dream is unraveling under environmental and economic pressure. Montana comes in at number 8. The state became a magnet for pandemic-era migration, but now that success story is turning into a crisis. Affordability has collapsed across every metro region. 2/3 of Montana mortgage holders are locked into rates below 4%, paralyzing the market. Native Montanans, teachers, police officers, service workers are being priced out of towns their families built. The economy relies heavily on tourism and natural resources, making it vulnerable. If remote work trends shift or tech companies reduce their distributed workforce, Montana may face a major exodus and an inevitable housing correction. Utah takes number 7. The state's rapid growth, fueled by its Silicon Slopes tech boom, sent home prices sky high. But now the tech slowdown is pulling the market back to earth, with prices falling more than 2% in March 2025 alone. Tech companies are cutting costs, eliminating remote roles, and relocating out of the state, leaving Utah with inventory that locals cannot afford. Infrastructure strain, water shortages, and deteriorating quality of life are driving residents away just as the market peaks. Number 6 is Idaho, ground zero for the California remote work migration wave. The median home price has hit $480,000, but more than a quarter of listings now show price cuts and homes sit stagnant for 74 days. Idaho saw the fastest pandemic-era price growth in the entire country, but now the correction has begun, with prices falling more than 2% this year. New listings are surging while demand collapses. When out-of-state buyers leave and locals can't afford current prices, the market has no floor. Colorado ranks number 5. Denver is nearing a $600,000 median home price, and mountain towns like Aspen have become playgrounds for the ultra-rich. But the lifestyle-first strategy is backfiring as affordability collapses. Tourism, skiing, and natural resources all face economic and climate risk. Young professionals are fleeing to cheaper states. When luxury buyers pull back during a recession, Colorado's inflated markets, especially in mountain regions, will be hit hardest. Texas comes in at number 4. In 2025 alone, Texas lost $32 billion in home value. The state's explosive pandemic price growth created an affordability crisis. Rising inventory signals falling demand. Extreme heat pushes utility bills to staggering levels, while property taxes and insurance rates overwhelm homeowners. The Texas economy remains heavily tied to oil and gas, which are now facing pressure from global transitions toward renewable energy. Cities like Austin, Dallas, and Houston are marching toward synchronized crashes. California takes the number 3 spot. The state lost a staggering $106 billion in home values year over year. Homes are sitting unsold longer than at any time in recent memory. California is the perfect storm: homelessness, failing infrastructure, climate risk, insurance withdrawals, business flight, and sky-high taxes. Tech companies are leaving. High earners are leaving. Families are leaving. Housing in California has become a symbol of everything broken about the American real estate system. When confidence slips, the crash will be historic. Florida ranks number 2. The state dominates national risk indicators, with 7 counties among the 50 most dangerous markets. Home values statewide are already falling nearly 1%, with cities like Cape Coral, Lakeland, and Northport facing severe declines. Florida's insurance crisis is the worst in the nation, with companies abandoning the state entirely. Rising hurricane risk, flooding, and extreme heat are strangling demand. Home values could drop another 10% through 2025. Paradise is slipping away. And at number 1, Hawaii. With median home prices exceeding $850,000 and household incomes around $88,000, the math simply doesn't work. Prices are already falling, and the state faces a punishing mix of tourism dependency, climate threats, insurance instability, and income inequality. Native Hawaiians are being pushed out of their own homeland. Rising seas and storm risks threaten long-term viability. When the correction hits, it will be severe and lasting. These 10 states share the same fatal weaknesses: prices far above what locals can afford, climate vulnerability, shaky economic foundations, and crumbling infrastructure. The warning signs are everywhere. In March 2025, home sales fell nearly 6%, the lowest level since the 2009 recession. Over 52,000 deals were canceled, amounting to 13% of all transactions. More than 20% of listings have price cuts. 31 major metros are already reporting falling prices. And with mortgage rates stuck near 6.7% and maintenance costs adding an extra $1,783 a month, homeowners are being financially suffocated. Housing crashes don't happen all at once. They build slowly, then strike fast when the final trigger hits, whether it's inflation from tariffs, a recession, or a climate disaster. If you live in one of these states, the time to prepare is now. Because when the storm arrives, these markets won't just struggle, they'll face fundamental questions about long-term survival. The countdown has already begun. The only question left is which state will fall first when the foundation finally gives